Alright, here we go. Okay. Let us continue. Ah, but honestly, I tell you, that granny sure got her bloomers in a knot. I guess you could put it that way. Always starts out small, you know? Stealing the master's seat, controlling the village folk. Now you see what it's turned into. Murder, that's what. Yeah, what a mess. Hey, hold on. What? That stuff you were just talking about, that's the first I've heard of it. Huh, really? Well, it's old news to everyone else in the world. Excuse me for not keeping up with gossip while I'm busy saving people. You said something about stealing the master's seat? Yep. Right now, the master's at this medium named Misty Faye, but the one that was really supposed to be the master was that old granny. Oh? Morgan was supposed to become the master? Oh. So I hear the master's always been the eldest daughter. The eldest daughter. Turns out that old bat is Misty Faye's older sister, Morgan. They say the older sister is usually the one with more spiritual power. Come to think of it, Maya said the same thing a long time ago. She warned me not to take Mia's powers lightly. Well, anyway, somehow Granny there lost to her younger sister, Misty. I see. This made the townsfolk turn against her, so I hear. Said all sort of things, too, like she's the oldest, and yet she doesn't have the power to be the next master? Disgraceful. Wow, I had no idea. So, what would have happened had Morgan become stronger? Maya's family would have been a branch family, I reckon. Really? This kind of... So this bears with what we walked in on her talking about before. Do you know where Eni is, Lotta? Yeah, saw her not too long ago. Just hanging around the garden in the middle. Okay, thanks. Got something to ask her? Oh yeah. Got a whole list of things only she can clear up for me. Alright. Hey, like, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah. I think I have enough to finally unlock her secret. Like, what's with that scary look on your face? Oh, don't worry about that. Alright. Please tell me about the traffic accident. Huh? Like, whose accident? Your sister's accident, naturally. Oh, yeah. So, like, that Dr. Gray guy made my sister fall asleep? And, like, that's all I had to say about that. Interesting. Eni just asked whose accident, which means she must know something about another person's accident. Alright, let's change the topic. How about you tell me about a certain other person's accident? Huh? Another person's accident? Like, you got someone in mind? Yeah, you. I want to ask you about your own car accident. Me? Yes. So, wow, like, how strange. I have, like, no idea what you're talking about. Can you, like, prove I was in, like, an accident? I think so. Where's... Wait. Is this the... was this the clipping that we got from Dr. Creepy? Would you take a look at this? It's a newspaper article from 1 year ago. It says Miss Eenie Miney holds interview about crash. You suffered a very bad injury and had to be admitted to a hospital, correct? Like, wait. What now? That's not me. Huh? I mean, like, this person has, like, the same name, but she's totally not me. Really? That's the defense you're going for? My name, Eenie Miney, is, like, pretty common. No, it's not. Oh my god, really? What in the world are you babbling about? Your sister's name, Mimi Miney, is in there too. Like, totally, wow, what a scary coincidence. I'm totally getting, like, goosebumps. I think I'm gonna let you get away with that. So, like, now what? Like, do you have something that totally says I was hospitalized? Shit. Is it the license? Take that! This is your proof. Like, what's that picture supposed to mean? I got this from the hospital where you were hospitalized at. Huh? So? There was a certain patient there. He's quite a fan. As a memento of your stay, he stole this. I have to say, this photo looks like you. That creepy fake director? Oh, she knows. She knows who we're talking about. Now, are you ready to tell me about the accident? Like, wait a sec. Okay, so, like, I was in an accident, sure, but that's, like, totally not related to this murder. Actually, it is. Look at this article. It says that one of the women died, correct? And that woman who died, who do you suppose they mean? Do you suppose the woman who died in the accident could be Mimi? Take that! I believe it was your sister, Mimi Miney. Mimi? You were riding your sister's car while she drove. The two of you were together when your accident occurred, making it one and the same. There we go. Yeah, I was riding. Here we go. Riding in that car with my sister. We were, like, on our way home. I was riding in the passenger seat when I fell asleep. And then it happened. At the time, I grabbed for my purse and escaped from the passenger side door. And your sister? I, like, couldn't do anything. The car was full of smoke. I couldn't see anything. No, I'm sorry. Did Dr. Gray really cause that accident by drugging your sister with sleeping pills? Like, he was totally out to get my sister. He totally did that to, like, pay my sister back. I wonder. It does give Eenie a good reason to want to murder Dr. Gray. That's true. This has given her a pretty strong motive. Haha, it seems simple, doesn't it? What do you mean? But it would be very hard to catch me, actually. I'd say impossible. What? I think you get the picture. I'm gonna serve you a slice of humble pie. I hope you enjoy it. What do you mean by that? Anywhere else I can go? Looks like something's up. Stop! Stop! Leave my mother alone! Ow! Okay, hold on, pal. Not gonna hurt. Oh, hey, dick. Pearl, dear, it's perfectly alright. I'll be out for a short while with this young man. Mother, please, let me go too! No, you must stay here and protect the manor. But... Aw, don't make that face. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll show you something cool. Here, look. It's a real pistol. You're gonna give her your gun. What the hell? What the hell, Dick? Detective, do not upset me further. Sorry. Poor Gumshoe, being dragged off by the ear like that by Morgan. Ow. Mother. Doing okay, Pearly? Mother. This has never happened before. Pearls. Mr. Nick, I have a really bad feeling that I can't shake. I think something really bad's gonna happen. I'm scared. I'm really scared, Mr. Nick. Say something, Phoenix. Anything. Oh, I'm terrible at this. Aww. Mr. Nick, what about Mystic Maya? She'll be alright. I think I've gathered enough evidence. Mystic Maya, she must feel all alone. Please, Mr. Nick, go visit her. Yeah, but I can't leave you here all alone either. I'll be fine. Please, Mystic Maya needs you by her side. Her stare is really piercing. Alright. You kept me waiting, Phoenix. Oh. Oh, hey, Mia. So, how are the preparations? I think I have enough evidence and information now. I think. Everything will be on your shoulders tomorrow. Whether Maya's found guilty or innocent, it's a heavy weight to bear. Yeah, tell me about it. Memory serves. Mia had a few psych locks of her own. Oh, yeah, that's right. Mia, I'm ready to unlock the last piece of information I need now. Sure, I welcome you to try. Oh. You're gonna test us, huh? Okay. Come on, Phoenix, we don't have time to be looking at things like this. We need to find out everything we can for the trial tomorrow. Oh, I wasn't supposed to... Can I just... Oh, okay. Never mind. Mia? Yes? Mia, you know something, don't you? About the real murderer, I mean. Oh, there it is. Why do you think so? really trying at times to be able to see other people's secrets. It looks like it's time for you to explain your reasoning. Yeah. A battle of wits against Mia. There's still a whole slew of questions for you to answer before the trial tomorrow. You mean like how the real murderer get into the room and kill Dr. Gray? Yes. Also, when did the murderer enter the channeling chamber? You guys were all standing around in front of the room after the channeling started. Which means the murderer must have gone into the room before the channeling. That's what I think in any case. But Maya already said there wasn't anyone else in there. That's true. But if we can't figure out the murderer's movements, we're stuck like a beached whale. I never thought I'd see this day. Are you actually asking me about spirit channeling? This case is all about spirit channeling, and I feel like I don't understand a thing about it. Well, that's only natural. After all, spirit channeling isn't exactly an everyday thing, is it? Yeah, I guess you're right. The power to change your physical appearance into the person you're calling was something our ancestor, Mystic Amy Faye, acquired. I heard that name before. The Faye family was originally a family known for its service to the gods. When Mystic Amy was born, she was given a certain fate through her name. Because, you see, she was named after one of the Buddhas of Buddhism. Amitabha? Hopefully I didn't butcher that. To this day, her soul is still sealed in the Korean sacred urn. It usually sits in the Winding Way and has her name written on it. Yeah. Aw, come on, Phoenix. It's just a fairy tale. Are you saying that me being able to see you is just a fairy tale, too? Oh. Okay, now that's, Take that! Okay. Phoenix, you think I'm hiding information about someone from you, isn't that right? Yes. Alright then. Tell me who you think I'm protecting. Okay. Alright, here we go. Morgan. Take that! Morgan Faye, of course. There's no one else you'd protect like this, Mia. Well done, but while the murder was being committed, my aunt was outside with everyone else, which means she already has an alibi. That's true. Show me some evidence that would cast suspicion on my aunt. Oh, what was... I want to say it was one of these. Take that! My evidence is this black key. At the beginning of the channeling, Maya had possession of this key. And yet somehow it magically ended up in the incinerator in the center garden. You're right. There's only one person who could have done that while I was busy calling the police. The person taking care of Maya. Morgan. What's that look mean? Your argument's too flimsy. Huh? When did the key find its way into the incinerator? It could have happened long after the murder happened. Long after. Someone could have found the key somewhere and dumped it in the incinerator. But that prosecutor would use something this small to shred your case. You have something other than just the key to cast suspicion on Morgan. Oh. Is it this? This is the other piece of evidence that points to Morgan as the culprit. I also found this in the garden incinerator. It's the same material as Maya's costume, except for the splotch of blood. But this piece may not even be from Maya's costume. But this is what Maya told me. While I was channeling, the key was sitting inside my sleeve. And both the key and this piece of cloth were found in the incinerator. Which means that this piece of cloth was part of Maya's costume. But when Maya was arrested, she was wearing her costume. That just means someone changed her clothes. Changed her clothes? But why? I don't know why, but there's only one person who could have done that. The one person who was taking care of Maya, my aunt. You did very well, Phoenix. Thank you. As long as you have those two pieces of evidence, you can cast suspicion on my aunt. However, like I said in the beginning, my aunt has an alibi. Yeah, she was with us the whole time. Here's my final question. You don't have to present solid proof of this for me, but I want to know, if my aunt is the culprit, then how did she commit the murder? How she did it, huh? I want to hear your thoughts. In order for my aunt to murder Dr. Gray, who or what did she need? An accomplice, right? And I am pretty damn certain. Take that! Eenie Miney. She's the answer to the final question. Which means that my aunt and Eenie Miney were in cahoots. Something's been bothering me all this time. This crime is something no normal person could carry out. The person who would have to know a lot about Fay Manor and the village itself to do this. But Morgan already has an alibi. Yes, which is why I can't figure out how it was done. We can assume that Eenie Miney's involved somehow. But we have one big problem on our hands. A problem? With what? We don't have a motive. Oh, I would say we do. We have a strong motive from both people involved. Why would Morgan want to kill Dr. Gray? Why would she have to? Also, we don't really know for sure that she was cooperating with Eenie. Mia doesn't have a clue either, huh? Then there's only one possibility. Think about it, Phoenix. Why would my aunt do something like this? And why would she do it in such an underhanded fashion? Because... Mother. She's the one who holds the key to this. Mother? Who's... Mine? No, dipshit. She's talking about Misty. Don't be silly. Mine, of course. Misty Fay. Mia and Maya's mother. Why would she bring her up now? Now then. Looks like we gathered everything we could. All we have to do is win tomorrow. Everything will become apparent then. Right, Chief. We won't lose. Okay. Heck yeah. Alright, how's this trial gonna go then?
Nick,
Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter's only 18, just like me? Yeah, why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time by herself, and she's so grown up. Right, hopefully I'll be able to end this, end the trial tonight. Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Good morning. Hi, girl. Two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearly. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. What do you mean? My mother's coming today to show her support. Show her support, but... I think she's coming to testify. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick? Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today, too? Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. Pearly, not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later, then. I'll leave you two to your alone time. Oh, boy. Oh, thank goodness. Nick? This way Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? Yeah, Pearls ships it. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I am the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. Glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Miss Fey. Oh yeah, she knows about that. That's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session. That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct? Yes. And this key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin. Alright, let's hear it. The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What? Okay, this is new. But, Ms. Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said that wasn't the defendant. Then what is the meaning of this? All I am saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. Oh, and I believe that is when she dropped this key. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fay, to the stand. Just as I suspected. Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia, she seems really torn by this. I'm still drinking your tea there. Witness, name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fay, and I'm a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking. I'm sorry, but what do you mean in a manner of speaking? Here we go with the whip. I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then. Spirit severing technique? A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is... Yes, that is... You, be quiet! Good God, this... Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya. She escaped from the room. Oh, what? Okay, this is the first we're hearing about this. And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fay, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Order! 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 Miss Fay, please testify to this court what happened during that time. Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. I think so too. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Why have you hidden this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Why is she making a point to make a stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. Shit. Heard the gunshots. Those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. Just now you said those two. Who are the two people you're referring to? Really, Phoenix, we're gonna go through this again. I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir. Lada's not a foreigner, despite how she talks. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I simply could not understand her atrocious English, not to mention she looked awful. Damn. Throwing shade here. I can already see people in the Heartland gearing up for a riot. In any case, I've already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr. Wright. Oh, thanks. What'd you do after that, Miss Fay? The other lady, please contact the police. Is it really necessary to have two people do something as simple as call the police? If there's a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. Yes, that's a very good point. At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another. Another what, madam? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. I want to hear the end of that sentence. Yeah, me too. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and the camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself. Oh. Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Faye. This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her, and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Faye, please continue. The pistol was hanging from Miss Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head, and this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by the statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. But why would you lie about something like that? It is very painful for me to say this, however... The witness was lying to cover for the defendant. She was covering for Maya? So, you were covering for the defendant? Oh yes, it was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she... This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there's always later. Yes, very well. Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Now, witness, continue with what happened. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit such a thing, however, yes. But you're physically larger and stronger than the defendant. Is there no way... There's no way she could have escaped from you so easily. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember, at that time, the defendant was not physically Maya Fey. Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand. Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away? Well, yes, I would have. However, with great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. You fainted? I became dizzy and collapsed on the floor. How long were you unconscious? I'm not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps. And the defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time. Happy? Fitness, elaborate on that point for us. Is that because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Great. Well, now what? So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went. I would think that it's obvious, good sir. If that's true, then how can you know for sure the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself. casting doubt there, huh? It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. It looks like Ms. Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness. That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. And from what she said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber. Hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt. Now, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? Yes. That's exactly... Be quiet, you! Now then, what the escapee has done was she had gone to speak with a certain person. Man, this court system is corrupt as shit, given how much the prosecutor can physically abuse the judge and get away with it. She went to speak with someone. Who is it? The prosecution called Miss Eenie Miney, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Eenie Miney. I think you can see where this is heading. Yeah, I think so too. Fitness, name and occupation. Okay, so my name is Eenie Miney. I'm researching parapsychology stuff at the university. What is this parapsychology? Let's see. It's I guess most people call it occult stuff. Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. And I suggest you go home and research it for yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Miss Miney, after the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct? I guess. If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is all right, isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir. For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine, for my sake. No shit. God, this judge. When the channeling started, I was, sleeping in the side room. A little later, someone came into the room, really suddenly. It was oh my god, totally my sister. I, hadn't seen her in, so long. I was so happy in, a sad way. My sister, she, told me something, totally terrible. Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey? Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at that time. Are you saying the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister? Yes, Mimi Miney. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Oh, well, this is... fitness. Yeah. In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Do I tell you, really have to? Of course. Ms. Miney, please. My sister, this is what she said to me. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Eenie? She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said? Yes. Now, are you satisfied, Your Honor? I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge. It's a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. The end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia, what do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there's room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish drabble. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last. Oh boy, here we go. Was that because of your, sesame allergy, was it? Like, that's right. I, think there were sesame seeds, in the lunch they served that day. I had this, premonition that it was going to totally be a seedy day. Yes, indeed. I see. Am I the only one who missed the boat here? Anyway, so you were taking a nap. Did anything happen while you were sleeping? Someone came into the room, really suddenly. Do you know the time? Maybe a little before 11 a.m.? Something like that, I think. 11 a.m. Yeah, my stomach is really totally ready for, food. No, I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking what time it is now. I meant what time was it when that someone came into your room? Oh, so, that's what you meant. You should have been more, clear about it. Sorry, my bad. Hey, Scarlet. No, it's okay. It's really... Did we already do this? That's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence? Did I? So, what was I talking about again? Never mind. No, I haven't yet. Hopefully we should be pretty close to, though. Fitness. About this person who entered the side room. Oh my god, totally my sister. Are you absolutely sure? I guess. You guess? Was it or was it not your sister who entered? I don't know. I mean, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. First off, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. But more than that, she managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright, the defense rests. Well, that was a colossal waste of our time. Now then, witness, how did you feel when you saw Miss Mimi Miney? It kind of seemed like someone was happy in like a sad way. You were happy in a sad way? Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister. But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at me at seeing a dead loved one alive again? But, like, maybe if I was, but, like, someone who didn't know about, like, the occult? But I, like, know all about the Korean channeling technique. The point here is the witness immediately recognized it was her sister. Yeah, like what she said. Should I drop this line of questioning? Nah, let's keep pressing. So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter? No, like, there wasn't any reason for me to, like, think anything was strange. But... Ah! Oh, God. Don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase, objection, could you try using that once in a while? Mr. Wright. This question is... the question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister. Is it really that important? I think... Okay, let's keep going for it. It's very important. Although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I got bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. Alright, Mr. Wright. Ms. Miney, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, I'm like totally cool with that. I wasn't like scared at all, like your costume looked like totally normal. Totally normal. So there was nothing odd about your sister's appearance? Like, yeah, nothing was, like, weird. She's talking to herself like she found something wrong. And so did I. That's impossible. Like, is everything okay? Can I, like, go on? She told me, like, something totally terrible. It was like, your costume looked totally normal. Okay. You mean despite that she was covered in blood? You call that totally normal? Objection! That was a very well-spun lie, Miss Eni. What are you babbling on about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Ms. Miney, may I remind you of what you said? You said there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Yeah, like, yeah, and... But I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you'd be surprised if someone appeared before you like this. The blood spray. Ms. Miney, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noticed it right off the bat. Order! Order! Ms. Miney, what is the meaning of this? Ms. Miney? I'm thinking, don't interrupt me! Oh, that face she made just for a second there. And what are you stammering about, Your Honor? That witness. Her personality did a complete 180 there. Yeah. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. I'm sorry. I, totally didn't mean to snap. Now, hurry up with the testimony. You please. The judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's gonna be. The side room was, kind of dark, you know? It's the costume's, purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. And I, persuaded my sister it wasn't, right to do something like that. And then, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Yes, now I see. And you've given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood. You think? Thanks, Gramps. Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? No, not really. Alright, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness. Cider is kind of dark. Really? I thought it was pretty bright inside that room. Don't push your subjective opinions onto this court. That's right. Excuse me, but how's my statement any more objective than Ms. Miney's? You are such a hopeless cause, witness. You may feel free to ignore this trite little man. Okay. Can't breathe. Let me out of here. So, the costume's, purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. You didn't see the blood? Yeah. But she must have had the gun with her at the time as well. That's, Are you gonna tell me next you didn't notice the gun either? Totally didn't. I was looking at, it was her face. Continue. And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Miney, like at the time? Well, she was, totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think, she knew. She, said she did something really bad. And, she said she wanted to go with me to, apologize to Miss Morgan. Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you? Yeah. And then, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Was your sister calm by that time? I guess so. I guess maybe, taking a revenge on Dr. Gray, made her feel a lot better. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix, right? The sooner the better. She says with her whip at the ready. And, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know. May I ask you one more thing, Miss Miney? Sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Huh? What do you mean? When you... Okay, I know where we're going with this. When you were going to the crime scene. I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course. No, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. Now what? Think harder. I know you can remember something. I totally can't. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that important? Yes, it is. I ask because it's very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. Oh, but I do. Very well. Ms. Miney, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony. I don't get why, but okay. I, didn't see anyone on the way to, the channeling chamber. Try to remember that time. Oh, I remember, I totally didn't see anyone in the way. Not familiar with that game, Scarlet, but cool that you were able to pick it up pretty cheap. Guess this really is a dead end. Something you finally pull out of a witness is never a dead end, Phoenix. It's no good. I can't find anything wrong. Phoenix, the judge believes this testimony. If you don't find some sort of hitch in her statement... Oh, it's $50. Okay, yeah, that is a good deal. You'll end the trial. I know. We have to give it another shot. It doesn't matter how many times we listen, we can't give up. Oh, wait, hold up. Didn't see anyone. I finally found the fault, or I guess, in your case, the crack in your perfect lie. Take a look at this urn. Urn? There are cracks. You see them? So, what does that prove? Objection! Who cares about some worn-out old urn? Yeah. I already, said I didn't see, anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. I didn't, totally say anything about, an urn, did I? It looks like you still don't understand. I propose that if you've really been walking along the winding way at that time, there is no way you could not have seen this person. Yeah, Pearl. I'd like to introduce someone to you. That's Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Yes, Elsa's child relevant. It just so happens at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. Oh? And she just happened to break this urn. Oh? Oh. Wait, she broke the urn? Yep, she accidentally knocked it over with her ball. And Pearl was the one who put it back together, while sitting right in the middle of the winding way. Oh, that face. Miss Miney. Huh? Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. I think I've sufficiently proven one thing, Ms. Miney. You're a masterful liar! Ghost face. Yeah. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course. The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was like sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? No, we're gonna call bullshit. Your lies in here. What do you? The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there's clearly a contradiction in here. A contradiction? Where is this contradiction? Ooh, where? Is it do we have it in the evidence? Hey Mia, I may have overreached on this one. Is there really a contradiction somewhere? Don't worry, you're on the right path. It might be a little hard for you to see the contradiction, but it's there. So just this once, do you want me to help you out? Please, I need your help right now. Hold on. First, calm down, Phoenix. Good. That girl, she slipped up with her words. Her words? If she really was in the side room the entire time, then she just testified about something she shouldn't have any knowledge of. What's that? The rest is for you to figure out on your own. Oh, okay. Time to add another bluff to the pile. The witness says that during the actual murder she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there's clearly a contradiction here. A contradiction? Where's this contradiction? Early in your testimony, Miss Mine, you made the following statement. Like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true at the time, both myself and Miss Hart weren't there. We had gone to call the police. So, like, what does that, like, have to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Miney, how did you know this fact? How? I can see that Miss Faye was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room couldn't have known that. Ah, now we got you, bitch. Which means, Miss Miney, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by way of the Winding Way. But look at the Manor Guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the Winding Way. Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked for this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Ms. Miney, please answer the question. Don't ask a question off of a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you put out on the table, Mr. Phoenix, right? You might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. Only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eenie Miney. So now's the time to prove it. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place? She was in the channeling chamber. Take that! Ms. Miney was here, of course. Well, but that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene? That's right. Ms. Miney was at the scene of the crime. Order! Order! That's... why, that's... Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started. Yes, that's correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Eenie Miney was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding? Behind the screen. Take that! Here, of course. Behind the folding screen? Oh. Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way anyone was hiding out behind that folding screen. See? You stupid... You stupid jerk! Quit being so picked to pin on me, slime ball! Now, Miss Miney. One so young as you shouldn't be saying. Shut it, Gramps! If you know exactly how old I am! I'm sorry. God, Judge. Looks like the pipe's about to burst. I guess I should help it along. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the... Oh. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of... the folding box. Take that! Ms. Miney. How were you able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. That tiny box, no person can fit in that. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. Lotta disproved you, and she was hiding from me in it. But that clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it had nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right, I was sleeping there, so I should know. That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time. Mr. Wright? You think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime? Yep. And now I present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid, as if there's any sort of evidence in that old thing. What on earth? Don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. There's a hole about 8 inches off the ground. Exactly. A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. It had a hole the same height. That's right. Hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and into the box. Ms. Miney, you were hiding behind the folding screen waiting for your chance. For your chance to kill Dr. Gray. Haha! Now we're getting somewhere. Order! Order! So what... And then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying this person in this photo is Miss Eenie Miney? That's exactly what I'm saying. Miss Eenie Miney, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. The masquerade as Maya Fey? She had it planned from the very beginning. She killed Dr. Gray and pinned the blame on my client. No, stop! I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime? It's not possible for one person to do that all by herself. Yeah, you're right, she had an accomplice. It really isn't possible for one person to do all the preparations, that is. Ow! Need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy. Wait, Ms. Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? You can't be serious. Ms. Miney, you had an accomplice. Morgan. This person... If it wasn't someone from Karain Village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fae household, you wouldn't have that box to use. Morgan Fae? Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier? Yes, she was so wonderful, wasn't she? What do you have to say to this, Miss Miney? You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. You deny it? Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Alright. I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planned herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. The murderer crept silently toward the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes. Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that's why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and... After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room? Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Miney, she immediately covered her own costume with blood and pretended to be Maya Fey. But this sort of deception would have been easy to see through. Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fey chased us out. Leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are more victims here. What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind this murder. Oh, here comes the, who is that laughing at a time like this? Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry. Are you still by chance evolving? But this isn't Pokemon. What is it this time? Ms. Von Karma? Surely... Of course it was me. Did you really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is, if this fitness is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act? What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Well, that's, Yeah, that's right, that's exactly what I was gonna say! Oh, one other thing. Why would Miss Eenie Miney want to kill Dr. Gray? What was her motive? Well, if she believes he did kill her sister, that'd be a motive right there. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. Motive? I can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of a motive now. What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason you want Dr. Gray dead. Gotta be this. Ha! Just as I thought, you bored me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright. What, that wasn't it? Great, now she's calling me by my full name. Think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes. Because through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I wanted to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? Senile, stupid Gramps! I'm not gonna explain, so, like, please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I, like, wanted revenge, then, like, I wouldn't have waited this long. Oh. Besides, like, the guy that thought of the spirit thing was, like, Dr. Gray. It was, like, a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know? She's back to her airhead persona. However, oh, pathetic Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. The end. Oh, you'd like to think that, wouldn't you? I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Miss Miney has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated and she has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there's no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point. So many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place. What happened? I thought I had her for sure! See, like, it's just as I, like, told you. I hope you like your slice of humble pie. Very well. I now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Eenie Miney. Is that it? Really? Oh, hold it. Oh, Mia. Your Honor, please allow the defense one more minute. All right. You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Ooh. Mia. Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder. But, you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. And it's also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. She had to. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Miney had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason? Can I? Can I really do this? Go for it. I'm not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoebe. Only you can do this now. I'll show and substantiate the fact that Ms. Miney had a motive. Too bad. You're too late. My cross-examination's already ended after all. Oh, Francie, she's gonna keep her in the hot seat. Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side! Von Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you're my witness, so help me, I will throw you out of my way. No way! Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We'll continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Hey, wait a sec! Awesome. Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Amy could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your aunt, Morgan. That's terrible. Why would my aunt... Everything's going just as I predicted. Oh. Everything's going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix, right? Hi, Francie. Oh, Miss Von Karma. Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation? Looking down at me, even though we're the same age. Are you done yet? Have you caused me enough pain and suffering? Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the world know of your defeat. But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is. Whatever you say, hun. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Can you prove Miss E. Miney has a motive? Yes, I believe I can. Amy Miney and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection, and that's the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Ms. Miney, please testify to the court about your car accident last year. Huh? I thought, you wanted to, ask about my, motive. I don't know. I don't see the point, bringing up the past. Ms. Miney, if you please. Okay. I totally don't think it'll do any good, but... Alright, here we go. That was, last year in May. Something really bad happened at, my sister's clinic around then. And, the night of the accident, my sister was totally tired while she was driving. I was, totally pooped out, too, so, I, fell asleep in the passenger seat. I, woke up because of a jolt, and, it was a sea of flames around me. I, opened the door and, got away. I think I've heard of this incident. It was all the talk on the tabloid shows day after day last year. Yes, there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister. Those were merely rumors, totally baseless gossip. Yes, Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did in fact drug Miss Miney's sister. Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. Last year in May, didn't some sort of medical malpractice happen at your sister's hospital since then? Yeah, that was in May too. The thing with all the patients dying was, May 2nd. And, like, our accident was, like, on the 24th. 2 accidents back to back. Do you assume it's just a coincidence? My sis was, like, totally tired, so that's why, duh. Like, something really bad happened at my sister's clinic around then. That was the malpractice incident where 14 patients died, correct? Yeah. What was the cause of the mistake? Like, I heard it was because the medicines, like, got mixed up. Was that the fault of your sister, Mimi Miney? Like, no way! Dr. Gray, like, wanted to blame it on my sis.
Objection!
That incident has nothing to do with the murder here. Besides, the police report has already documented it was entirely Mimi Miney's fault. I mean, as far as the real facts are concerned, Mimi Miney's the one who made the mistake. But, like, it really wasn't my sis. And, like, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. She was totally tired. You mean exhausted? Like, she had to talk to the police and, like, was being investigated, like, every day. It was, like, a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder that the car accident happened, huh? So then, why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? Like, what are you talking about? I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True. But, like, I don't, like, have a driver's license. That's news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Miney. Oh, but we do, don't we? Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, anyway. I was, like, totally pooped, so, like... Wait. Hold up, let's press this one. The accident happened at night, correct? Yeah, like, it was, like, 1 AM or so, I think. I had, like, a paper due, like, really soon. So, like, I hadn't slept and was working, like, real hard. So, it was because the two of you were so tired this accident happened. There's gotta be some secret. Yeah. Didn't have my license, so like I couldn't take over driving. And that's why you were in the passenger seat. Like, yeah, I was like at my college's research lab until like really late. So like my sis was like, give me a ride home. Let's see, Phoenix, I can't do this. You're being too easy on her. Okay.
Objection!
Miss Miney, that was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What's the meaning of this, Miss Miney? That's right. Yeah, I had, like, a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident! Not surprising, Scarlet, since this series was made by Capcom. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. What? Are you talking about that perverted fake clinic director? Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. And how'd you know? Oh! No one cares. Fitness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like, last November. What? November? The accident happened last May. That's half a year lapse in time, Mr. Light. What? Nah. That's what happened, Mr. Wright? At the time of the accident, Ms. Mai didn't have a driver's license. Ugh. Oh, ah! Try on my whip to accommodate. Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers. I'm, like, glad you get it, but... Like, even if I had my license, I, like, don't think my sis would, like, let me drive. Don't just stand there to yourself. Not you chew me out with the whip and the pain and the... Ow! Miss Miney, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? That's because... I think this situation calls for more detailed testimony, Miss Miney, if you please. Like, how annoying. Oops, like, sorry, didn't mean to be mean. Okay. Like, around that time, I was, like, really close to getting my license. My sis was, like, this totally big fan of cars and, like, really valued them. She, like, had just gotten this really shiny, bright red sports car. She, like, would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. So, like, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night, too. Really? See, a bright red car for sports. Now then, the defense may question the witness. I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but... It was a new car. Yeah! She had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK. UK. Were those her boyfriend's initials? Really, Judge? Really? 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 And it was a really special model. She waited for a whole year for it to arrive. I guess her love of cars would be the obvious next topic. I don't know anything about cars, but I had a feeling this would be bound to come up. Your Honor? Yes? Please have the witness append what she just said to her testimony. You mean the part about being a special import car? Yes. Well, if you like cars that much, then... That's not my point. But to be honest, I don't know what the point is either. Ms. Money, would you please fix your testimony? Sure, whatever. Totally special model from England. Now, I think I know where this is going, if I recall correctly. Late last night, 2 women's cars crashed and survived. 1 woman was not able to escape the flaming wreckage and died at sight. Ongoing investigation will the driver fall asleep at the wheel. So until he tired dropped to sleep, just crashed in the sea of flames. But I opened the right door and got out. If if you know about international cars, the driver's side is on the right.
Objection!
Ms. Miney, you remember this article. It's an article about the accident. You said this in it. I opened the right door and got out. That's correct, isn't it? Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side's the passenger seat, the left or the right? Again, here in the US, it's on the left, but a lot in the UK and a lot of other international places, it's on the right. It's on the right side, of course, because the driver's on the left side. That would be if it were an American car, but it would be the opposite in a British car. Yes! Opposite. The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be the left side. What do you mean by this? Ms. Miney, you said you escaped using the right side door of the car. But if you were sitting there, that means you were in the driver's seat. Order! Order in the court! Order! Order! Mr. Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. Amy said the person who was driving was her oldest sister, Mimi Miney. That's what Amy said, yes. But that's where her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix, it looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. If we connect all the dots, there could only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Amy or Mimi, who was driving that night? Amy was. And the answer is Eenie Miney, of course. Why would you say that? Ms. Eenie Miney just said so herself in her testimony. She said she escaped the car from the right side door, which would have been where the driver's seat was. Oh, I'm inclined to feel sorry for a foolish fool who foolishly spends his time foolishly. At that time, Miss Eenie Miney had not yet received her driver's license. And that's why the accident happened. Hold it, Phoenix. It looks like you still don't see the real truth behind the accident. The real truth? Think outside the box. Isn't that what we always say? Alright, one more time. If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Eenie or Mimi, who was driving that night? Wait. Was it Mimi, then? The answer is the one person who had her driver's license. Mimi Miney. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive. But you just said the witness, Miss Eenie Miney, was the one in the driver's seat. Which leads us to the next question. The next question? Who is the person standing at the witness stand right now? Here we go. What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This witness's name is... I'll tell you what her name really is. this witness's real name is... She's Mimi.
Take that!
Mimi Miney. That's your real name.
Objection!
Of all the foolish dribble. Then how do you explain her appearance? The plastic surgery. This witness had severe facial burns when she was admitted into the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture. Her sister's picture. Facial reconstruction surgery? This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right. It's a picture of her younger sister. But Mimi Miney, she died in the car accident. That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case. Then, the body they found at the crash site. That was the body of the real Mimi Miney. Isn't that right, Ms. Mimi Miney? That car accident 1 year ago. The one who died that night was Mimi Miney. Her sister Mimi then stole her face and was reborn as Mimi. With this, she effectively erased Mimi Miney from existence. Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. What do you mean? Oh, what is the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash, Mimi Miney. However, that would not have been possible, because Mimi Miney was still, in fact, alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. So, this witness had to stop that from happening. At all cost. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray? Is that what you're saying? Yes. For the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. Well, Miss Edie, I mean, Miss... Oh. Why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? Oh. You seeing the real you now? That's right, I admit it. My real name is Mimi Miney. That quack doctor, he got what he deserved in the end. I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close. But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself? Oh, hey, Ragnats. Thanks for showing up. To become your own sister? Yeah, right. I think I understand why. Mimi Miney wanted her old self to disappear because of this.
Take that!
That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. a nurse by the name of Mimi Miney. That's right, the person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Mimi Miney had a car accident in which she lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in that incident, and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance. Her chance to throw away her past. Start a new life as her sister. Unbelievable! A plan beyond my wildest imagination. That jerk. Only he hadn't thought of that channeling mumbo-jumbo. Mumbo-jumbo? Becoming Amy had been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult. I hate it. I hate it all. I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as, why did Miss Miney choose to go with such a complicated plan? And why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing's been made crystal clear. The innocence of the defendant, Maya Fay. This is preposterous! I'm perfect! Franziska von Karma! You enjoy the news tonight, Miss von Karma. How about you? It's gonna be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is. Oh, gee, she's going, oh my god! Oh my, she's going ape shit! Phoenix, hang in there, Phoenix! Phoenix! Snake! His course is a fraud! A sham! Now then, it looks like it will be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness, so I'll go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Alright! Right? I mean, she would have a long time ago. That is all. The court's adjourned. Congratulations, Maya. Sis! Aww. It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? Sis... I didn't kill anyone, did I? Really? You think this is going better on the laptop? Surprising to hear. I don't... Maybe it's just because... Is it just because I'm doing a visual novel here and not a platformer or anything like that? No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream. Yeah, I'm running. I'm out of town right now, so I'm doing this stream on my laptop. You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent. A familiar scent. I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. Aw. That's right. I'm sorry, Scarlet. I should one day, huh? There's still one thing I don't quite get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Ray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Mimi Miney had planned to open the door to the chamber herself. And then, you and Wada would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fey who just committed a murder. We had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick! Congrats, Maya. Thanks! Looks like you bailed me out of another jam. Well, you know. But I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister and now my aunt? Hey Nick, tell me. Tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible. Why would she help Mimi Miney with a plan like that? I just don't understand it, Nick. It's over. Why don't we just let it be? Nick, please, I need an answer. The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... It had to... Let's see, it was... I don't get it. Oh. Was that wrong? Even I don't really know why Morgan cooperated with Mimi Miney. Well, I know it was because she wanted to get Maya thrown in jail so that she would become the next master. Look, this whole thing's over now, so let's not dwell on the past, okay? Yeah, thanks, Nick. I just don't know the answer to this one. I'm just confused about the situation as she is, so why the thanks? Date and time unknown. My precious Pearl. You are the only one suitable to be the master of grain, dear child. Oh, is this... This is Morgan. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder, and cooperate with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless Maine family girl. That Maya Fey. Oh, damn. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come. A new episode's been added, but okay. Alright, we did it. We made to the end of Trial 2, so, I guess next time we'll start Chapter 3. But, for right now, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody.